Hello, I would like to say a few words about what's important to know, what's important to practice. A lot of times people argue whether grammar is important or is it not important at all. Now, speaking is more important. Well, the truth is, and if you look at the tests, you will see it everywhere that there are at least four components which are important, and grammar and speaking are obviously two of those four, but also have reading, writing. So have reading, writing, listening, speaking, and grammar. Actually, five, but they are generally combined in five and four categories. So why is it so? Because without grammar, there is no structure, there is no real understanding. People who say grammar is unimportant simply lie, because without knowledge of the grammar, a person is going nowhere. They may say the same thing differently because they have no real system in their head. So reading is important because generally what we read is more or less comprehensive, it's logical. It's very important to be able to understand and read and say and write something that is rational, something, it starts with something and we end with something, and not just random phrases. Speaking is important because we have to communicate. Without this, all the rest are not very important. If you keep your mouth shut, where are you going? And writing is apparently important because when you see what you say, it a lot of times seems very different, because a lot of times I ask my students to say something, and they say this way, that way, but then I start writing, it is something else. And usually it's better. It's more, it's better, it's more correct, and sometimes it's just absolutely correct, but speaking is not. Nonetheless, speaking with mistakes is good. Is a good thing. It's much better than just keeping your mouth shut and being silent. All right. So and listening is important, because if you do not, your ears are not trained. If you do not have an experience, then how are you going to communicate? You may say something, you may read something, or even write something, and you know grammar. But if you don't understand another person, and a lot of times it is the case. Again, this is communication breakdown, so we have to work in everything. I see